Well, good morning, East Bakersfield, my home and my heart. As you know, the severity of the COVID-19 pandemic is evident in every corner of the world today. We see it in the faces of toddlers on their front porches as they wave at family members driving in birthday parades, in the lines of cars stretched for whole city blocks, getting meal boxes from the local food bank, in the eyes of our exhausted healthcare workers during another 12-hour shift, and in the passion of our mothers and grandmothers frantically sewing face masks for our essential workers and neighbors. East Bakersfield is my community and my home, and has been for my entire life. It is no secret that many of our residents are the most medically underserved individuals in the country today. And they are also some of the hardest workers, keeping our vital services operational during this time of crisis. We will get through this, my friends. But one of the first steps to getting our society open, moving, working, and together again is this site you see here today, especially serving our most at-risk populations. I want to thank from the bottom of my heart Governor Newsom, CORE, Verily, Good Samaritan Hospital, and Kern Family Health Systems for making this test site a reality in record time. Our governor made it clear we need to focus on our essential workers, communities of color, and low-income communities. And this location is a testament of hard work towards a common goal. The organizations and individual volunteers that have stepped up to get this testing site up and running should be praised and commended for their time and dedication and their remarkable American spirit. It brings new meaning to the words teamwork, community, and we're in this together. I take great pride in my job every day, like many of you, and in order for us to do the jobs we love, put food on our table, keep a roof over our heads, the jobs that give us the opportunity to share our talents and skills with the world, we need testing as the first step to move forward. We want to provide our health experts with accurate data so they may continue their work to get us to the end of this tunnel. Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. Coretta Scott King's words still ring true. We can make things happen when people come together, and we will come out of this stronger and braver than we ever thought we could be. My gratitude to everyone involved today. I have the lifetime privilege of introducing my new friend, Mr. Penn. You may know him. It is very, very humbling and a great honor to make this introduction. As you know, he is the founder of community organized relief effort known as CORE. CORE has been a major player in California managing COVID-19 test sites. I'm incredibly grateful to him, his staff, and their volunteers for caring about and working for our community. I am so pleased that Sean Penn gets to see the beauty of East Bakersfield, the incredible interconnectedness of many, many people in this community who are crossing cultural and ideological lines to come together as one community, one Kern. And I am so glad that Sean Penn gets to see the fruit of his labor right here in my hometown, East Bakersfield. Thank you. I would like to welcome and introduce you, Mr. Sean Penn.
Good morning. Forgive the hat head. First, I want to thank our lead organizations here at the county, Supervisor Perez, Kern County Fire, Good Samaritan Hospital, and all the volunteers, your citizens who are exercising their citizenship. I want to encourage that as these days go on, that the public understands that coming in to get tested is their part of that citizenship. They're our partners, not our patients. And I look around, I see all these masks, and we wear them certainly even outdoors when within 6 feet of others. And I want to say something about the broader issue of mask wearing. The mask is not a party flag. It is a solidarity with the dead, those who have lost people, a solidarity with the frontline workers, the heroic hospital workers. It crosses party lines. So wherever you are, whoever you are, just wear the mask like you would wear a ribbon in support of troops. Wear a mask as citizens in that which we are not divided. CORE, the organization that I'm here with, started in 2010 under the name JPHRO in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, after the 2010 earthquake. We had initially been there with the notion of we were distributing the intravenous pain medications to clinics and hospitals for the traumatic injuries. We ended up turning into a disaster response organization and development organization. Then we got hit with the cholera epidemic, our first relative experience to what's happening with COVID-19 here. The way that this devastates the psychology of people is something that we also have to attend to. When we look, we know the numbers now in terms of the dead in 3 months exceeds that of 10 years in the Vietnam War. We've seen the reporting. And in Vietnam, you had 58,000 young men, in particular, just Americans alone, who died overseas in that war, and then about 400,000 who came home and took their own lives. So this is the tip of an iceberg, no matter what happens with this pandemic. But it is also, most importantly, at the very least, a great rehearsal for things to come. And these cooperations that we have, the acceptance and support to allow CORE to come in and fill whatever gaps East Bakersfield needs, Kern County needs, at the direction of our leads here. That's what we do. We are a supplement, and we take direction, and we are very pleased that faith was given to us to contribute here in Bakersfield. The last thing I want to say is that every day doing the work that we've been doing, and it's all so sudden, and it's such a rewiring of all of our brains, how we touch our pockets and everyone is processing all of this at their own rate. And where I find the greatest hope is watching what these volunteers do on these sites every day. And so I just want to thank the volunteers of Bakersfield. I have had always a place in my heart for Bakersfield. It's kind of a piece of America. You gotta go a great distances to find it in its, even in its conservatism and in its diversity and in its greater beauty. And I've always appreciated being out here, and never more than today. So thank you all very much.
Well, Bakersfield loves you too, Sean Penn, and has for a long time. As indicated, our volunteers really are the essence of this operation. And I would like to introduce another new friend, Amandeep Basra. Running a testing site like this requires a lot of volunteers. It takes a ton of planning and equipment to pull this off. We are so very lucky here in Kern County to have our partners at Good Samaritan Hospital. I cannot thank them enough for supplying the medical staff to run the site, tons of logistical support and financial support. Please welcome their CEO and my friend and great American partner in this community, Amandeep Basra.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to express my profound gratitude to Mr. President, Governor, and Supervisor Ms. Praise, and all the Board of Supervisors. It was not possible without them, and thank you so much for making this happen. We are all in this together. We are fortunate that we are a part of this project. I want to say thank you to every single person who involved in this and make it possible happen. Special thank you to all volunteers, the EOC, firefighters, and every single person from the county. This project was not possible without the volunteers. And I want to say special thank to my board, my hospital board, when we spoke to them and they said, yes, we want to do something for this county. We are a part of this county and we are all in this together. Thank you so much.
You all know our Senator, Melissa Hurtado. Melissa, come forward. Thank you for being here and breaking away from the budget talks that are intense. I know you have to rush right back, but thank you for your devotion to East Bakersfield, to the MLK Community Project, of which you have shown profound support. Thank you for your service and for being here with us today. Senator Hurtado.
Good morning, everyone. You know, really, I want to take this time to thank all of our essential workers of Kern County and beyond. I'm excited and extremely grateful that our governor has invested in Senate District 14, and this being one of 6 sites that are set to begin to open across the Senate District. But more importantly, I also want to thank the great leaders of Kern County and our Madam Chair, Leticia Perez, who has been a big champion for her district and beyond for Kern County, and making sure that that testing site came here and that the community is served right here in Kern County. So really want to take this time once again. I know we're living in different times, but thank you for all that you do. Thank you for being here, and I hope that you and your families continue to be healthy. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Finally, this site would not be here if not for our county employees running our Emergency Operations Center, who are managing all the logistics of this site now and into the future. Not only are they managing this site, we're responsible for the countywide response to COVID with all of the elements that come with it. Please welcome our Fire Chief and EOC Director, my friend, David Witt.
Good morning. A little bit about the Emergency Operations Center. The Emergency Operations Center works together with multiple agencies through various jurisdictions in Kern County to support disaster mitigation and disaster recovery. Today, we are supporting a variety of agencies and groups for this testing process, as well as the incident commander of this pandemic, Matt Constantine. First, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you to Ms. Perez for her vision, her leadership. She's bringing us to new heights in Kern County, so thank you. Thank you for your staff. Christian spent a ton of time on this, and it wouldn't be possible without Christian as well. I know, right-hand man. Thank you, Mr. Penn, for your organization and philanthropy to help people. We appreciate that. I'd also like to thank some of my staff in the Emergency Operations Center, specifically logistics. Jeff Hill's around here somewhere, and he's put in a tremendous amount of time, right back there, tremendous amount of time. His staff, between procurement, supplies, logistics, well-operated machine, and we thank you. For your work, as well as on the operations side, Jake Cagle with the fire department and Brandon Smith with the fire department. A lot of people helping implement this. Public Works for traffic control. Aging and Adult Services for letting us use this facility. I'd like to thank our partners, CORE, Good Samaritan Hospital, Kern Health Systems, as well as the CEO and his staff, Mr. Alsop. Jim, Brent, and Megan for their work on this. A lot of people, took this vision and went to work and implemented. So we thank you. And as a leader of first responders, I'm happy that we have a place to go to test our people if we need to. It's nice to be able to make decisions, educated decisions on where we go and what we do, because all of our fire stations will be staffed, and we're here to support Kern County. It's a great opportunity, and today's a great day. Beautiful day outside, and we're around great people. So thank you, and just once again, thank you to Mrs. Perez and the whole Board of Supervisors for their support and in this pandemic. So thank you.
Great partner, Chief. Thank you. Michael Bowers. I want to call up my friend Michael Bowers from Centric Health. As you know, today we are focusing and prioritizing our first responders. Ryan Alsop, our CAO, thank you for being here, and thank you for your support of this site. And Sean Penn looks cooler in person, doesn't he? Centric Health is bringing their employees here. Many of them are from East Bakersfield. They are on the front lines of this, and they have not had the opportunity to be tested. Today's partnership is an opportunity to give them the peace of mind and the direction they need for the next chapters of this response, of which Kern County is clearly on the front line and on the cutting edge. Michael Bowers, the floor is yours.
Wow, Sean Penn is in Bakersfield. Welcome. Thank you so much, Supervisor. On behalf of Dr. Bombi and our entire team over at Centric Health, at Centric Health, we appreciate the efforts to provide safety measures to our healthcare workers. At Centric, we continue to address non-COVID related cases and COVID related cases. And Dr. Bombi and our team of physicians, they are working 7 days a week, believe it or not, to make sure this county is kept safe. These events are important, they're essential, they're indicative, because it gives us the opportunity for our healthcare providers and our physicians that are asymptomatic. It gives them the opportunity to not expose their other colleagues, and not only their other colleagues, but to expose patients to this COVID. We are grateful, we are humbled, and we're honored to be able to participate in this today. But we know that all of this comes from great leadership. And Supervisor Perez, Madam Chairwoman, has done an exceptional job in making sure that she didn't do this for her district, but she did it for the entire city of Kern County. And we want to thank you for your commitment and unwavering devotion. On behalf of Dr. Bombi and the entire team of Centric Health, thank you.
Thank you, Michael. In closing, I'm going to ask Sean Penn to come up and leave us with some final thoughts. And I want to say to my friends at Good Sam, Kelly, Dr. Brar, those that we introduced this opportunity to, and they said, we are all in. They did not hesitate and said, we will bring 20 doctors to volunteer if we need to. Luckily, with an incredible cross-section of this community, they don't need to do that because so many others have stepped up. To the folks at WISPA, the gift cards they're providing to our volunteers, all the way to our folks from our community project at MLK, are demonstrating that this is one Kern, and we will address this issue as one community. And we are so deeply grateful to Sean Penn to demonstrate what is possible for human greatness, magnanimous human greatness, when folks of his stature put their money where their mouth is, inspire human beings to think great and be great every single time, to think of this community as one community. As Americans first in Kern County, and moving together in solidarity. Thank you, Sean Penn. Please close us out this morning. And thank you for all the volunteers, all the folks at CORE, all the medical professionals who are going to make this the best site in California, reintroduce Kern County to the world, for all of the greatness and the great American spirit represented here today. Thank you, Sean Penn.
Thank you. I too want to thank Governor Newsom, who, when this story is told across party lines, his leadership will have a legacy of nothing short of a miracle. I've been able to have a front row seat to this to a certain degree, and we're very lucky with that. That said, this is a very complicated response, and you know, we're suffering preparedness and supply issues throughout the country. And so do understand that when registering, the registration criteria itself they've been racing to keep up with the criteria based on test kit supplies and so on. And I will say that when it comes to first responders, consider yourself as symptomatic as you are asymptomatic. All first responders most certainly apply to it. And I would encourage those who believe they should be tested and who to navigate the system with their imaginations, and I think you'll find your way to a test. I want to make very clear one thing, that because of all the chaotic news, I become aware that that some of the simplest questions are the most asked. And the testing that is done at this site is the PCR or diagnostic test, which says you are positive or you are negative. This is not the serology test, also called the antibody test. So this is pos-neg. There are a couple of things that this does in terms of the overall public health demand. One, you immediately are notified if you are positive. If you are positive, you know to isolate. Also very important to consider when coming to get tested is your test result is dependent upon how well you isolate between being tested and your result coming back. So that's part of the partnership that has to go on with this. And with that, I just say again, thank you to the county, to the supervisor, to the governor, and most especially to all the volunteers who are going to be out here in this hot parking lot doing God's work. So thank you all.
Thank you, Sean Penn. We love